Hi there, I'm Lisa. Welcome to my channel. This is my random recipes. That's Portia. Today I'm on a different setting. Instead of visiting at my kitchen table, I'm over here in front of my fireplace. We're going to have a nice fireside chat. Right now is the beginning of a new year. I just completed my breakfast series. So this just seemed like a good place to stop and do a year in review episode. Where this all began was I had acquired quite a collection of recipes over the years, and they were stashed around my house. Then back during the lockdown, I got bored, took them all out, organized them into a digital cookbook. I just spent the last 14 months recording videos, working my way through the first 4 sections of my cookbook. This just seemed like a good spot to stop and look back on what I've covered so far. In this video, I will be revisiting the most watched videos from each of the 4 series. I will also share my picks of what I feel were the yummiest recipes. I've got critters coming around me. I have had the advantage of actually tasting each of the recipes that I've made. Just because a video got a lot of views does not necessarily mean that it was a good tasting recipe. My 4 recipe categories have been appetizers, beverages, breads, and breakfasts. I will take them in the order in which they were presented. First, the appetizers. The most watched video of the appetizers with 170 views.
Swiss cheese crab spread.
This is the small sample one for me, and this is going to go to work with me tomorrow, the bigger guy. These are really chunky, so I suppose you could cut the crab down smaller if you chose to. I'm going to give this a try. I'm using Ritz again. Cracker, it's got the dip on it. Well, actually, it's a spread, excuse me. The spread is a little bit thinner. I'm going to go ahead and give this a taste. I'll turn this up so you can see how I react to it. It's very cheesy. I'm tasting the onion. I think I would like it with maybe some black olives in there. I mean, otherwise it's really good. Next is the beverages. The most watched beverage was the Orange Julius. It was watched 110 times. I'll go ahead and turn this down so you can see how it turned out. Very orange. If you ever had one of these at the mall, you'll probably remember these things. I'm going to give it a taste and I'll see how it turned out. That is really good. It definitely tastes like creamsicle. I think it's the flavor it's trying to emulate. The vanilla and the milk gives it a creamy texture. So it's very, very yummy. So as I said, I don't know how close to the original recipe this is, but it's the recipe I have and it tastes good, so I'll just go with that. After the beverages came the breads. The most watched video of the breads was the biscuit cups. They had 98 views. This is not my best work, so I'm not completely pleased with this. I'll show you how this turned out. Turn this down so you can see. So this is probably the better one of the large ones, and ironically my rustic one turned out to be one of my better ones, and the small ones. I'll slide these over so you can see them. I'll let you know when I taste it whether or not it's worth the trouble. They are full of holes, so I wouldn't put anything in them that was super saucy because it would probably just run right through. This looks, I don't know, kind of like a thimble, maybe. This one's not too bad. They're pretty firm, so kind of biscuit. They're not, well, more cracker-like than biscuit-like. So we'll go ahead and give this a try. These are my eggs. I'll try one of the small ones and one of the large ones. Set the spoon aside. I tried to time it so that the eggs would be done shortly before the biscuits, so that both would still be warm. Okay, that looks pretty good. I think we'll try the little one. I have a feeling this is gonna fall apart when I bite into it, but let's give it a try. It is crunchy. It's not fluffy like a real biscuit. It's more like a cracker. It doesn't taste horrible. I still think it would be fun for kids. Kind of more of an experiment than thing, because kids aren't as picky as we grown-ups are, right? So let's try this big guy, see if it falls apart on me. It is very crunchy. When I heard biscuits, I thought they'd be fluffy and tender, but they're not bad. The flavor is okay. Not my best work, but it is what it is. So not every recipe I make is going to be winner. So here we go. I can see where these would be fun to make with kids. They could be used for breakfast, lunch, dinner, even dessert. So I would love to hear ideas that you come up with. See if you have better success with it than I do. Please let me know in the comments what you come up with and what works for you, or if it works for you. From the breakfast series, my most watched video was the favorite crispy waffles, with a whopping 269 views. For me, that's a ton. In fact, that's my most watched video of all. It was a good recipe, and it had good results. I'm over at the table again, so I can show you the big reveal. So I'll turn the camera down so you can see what I've got. All right, so ta-da! Okay, so I actually ended up getting 4 waffles out of the recipe. It said 6 to 8, but I think that depends on how thick your batter is, how big your waffle iron is, and in some circles, no pun intended, this is a waffle. Some places consider this as a waffle. I'm gonna pick the top one that has a nice color to it. I'll set these aside. And we get to put this together. Since this is the Belgian waffle, we're gonna use strawberries. Make it pretty. I got the kind that have this, they have sugar already added so that they're sweet and pre-cut and all that, so make it look nice. All right, that looks good. And of course, for Belgian waffle, you gotta have whipped cream. And this recipe says to also sprinkle it with powdered sugar. Now to me, I think I would go in either all of this or the powdered sugar, but I will do what it says. So we're gilding the lily a bit, and we're gonna do powdered sugar. So I'm gonna cut into this, and we'll give this a taste. Turn up the camera so you can watch my reaction. Okay. Now this is just powdered sugar in this bite right here. There's no strawberries, there's no whipped cream. It's good. Let's try it with the berries. I like it with berries. Without the berries, it's a little bit bland. Let's try it one bite with the berry and the strawberry and the whipped cream. Okay, so whipped cream and strawberry. Whoops, I'm flopping over there. Oh, it's good. I like it that way. I'll freeze these. I freeze them in quarters, like so, and then they fit in my toaster, and I can basically have toaster waffles. So I've got a dozen toaster waffles to have over the next few weeks. They'll be nice for breakfast. I do have a little confession to make. I did practice waffles this week. It wasn't so much that I was worried about making the recipe itself. It was just that I was trying to keep from super overfilling my waffle iron. So I was practicing on how much batter needed to actually go into the waffle iron. As I said earlier, just because a video got a lot of views does not necessarily mean it was the best tasting recipe. So I will also include my picks for the best recipes in each category. Of the appetizers, in my humble opinion, the best recipe, hands down, was the baked cheese and bacon dip. It is to die for. It is addictive. This is the one you want to make. Make this next time you go to a gathering, and you will be a very popular person. Of the beverages, my favorite was the Almond Joy, but I can also agree that Orange Julius is a good choice. The Orange Julius is family friendly, whereas the Almond Joy is an adult beverage. I will give you the links to both. As for the breads, my personal favorite is the Jewish bread. Yes, it's a yeasty bread, so yes, it's a bit of work, but to me, it was worth it. It was a good recipe. And among the breakfasts, I'm torn. For a quick, easy, family-friendly, kid-friendly recipe, you can't go wrong with the Zinni-Minis. But Aunt Lois's potato pancakes were a total surprise to me. I found myself craving them after they were all gone. It is a recipe that has been added to my repertoire. I will be making these again sometime. Since this is the beginning of a new year, next time I will be beginning a new series. Next time I'll be starting the candy series. Honestly, I have never attempted to make homemade candy from scratch, so this whole category is kind of scary. Fortunately, it's a short series. I don't imagine it could be any worse than the homemade puff pastry or the homemade phyllo dough. Well, we're going to find out. So please come back next time as I dive into the wonderful world of candy making. Scary! I want to thank you for watching my videos and coming along on this journey with me so far. I hope you will comment, like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time.